Hey guys, Trent here coming at you with another video. My final lot of Nintendo that I'm going to buy for a while came in. I got a pretty impressive lot of vintage Nintendo games, so I want to show it to you. So welcome into my channel. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe for more toy videos, 80s, 90s nostalgic videos, video game videos, and things of that nature. So yeah, I got a really exciting lot for me. Building that Nintendo collection back up, and this lot helped me, kickstarted me off really fast, because it has a significant amount of quality titles and the condition on these games are really nice. So I feel like I scored, and considering the price I paid, I got a really good deal, I feel. So check it out and let me know how you think I did. Alright, here we go, another vintage. This is an all NES lot, and this one I'm really happy with my success of getting this lot. I got an honorable mention, two auctions here before I get into the big lot. This was actually from the same Goodwill, but it was two separate auctions, and I decided to go in on both of them and get them. They're not the greatest quality condition wise games, but the price was decent enough, and this one here is kind of a hard to find game. So we got Legend of Zelda. It's okay. It could be better. It's a 3-screw, not a 5-screw. 5-screw, they do exist for Legend of Zelda. It does have a little bit of wear on the label, so it's fine though, because I wanted to get a copy of Legend of Zelda in the collection again. So we got that, and then from the same Goodwill, which was local, I got this game, Faria. So Faria is an RPG. It's an action RPG. If you've never played it, it's kind of like, it's a cross, actually, like you have an overworld and go into towns and stuff, just like Final Fantasy, but then whenever you have your encounters, it plays like Legend of Zelda, basically, whenever you do your battles. So it's a cross between a JRPG and an action RPG. I've owned it one other time back in the day. I remember very specifically, I ended up getting it for $30 on eBay several years ago. Now this is a $100 plus game. I didn't get it for super cheap, but I think I got it for a decent enough price to where I got a good enough deal. So Faria, this will now be probably my most expensive game in my collection now that I sold my collection back in the day, a year ago, because I did have DuckTales 2, G.I. Joe, and stuff like that in my collection. So this one is probably a $130 game, something like that, maybe. I gotta carefully work on some of this label removal, but I can tell already that it's gonna be ones that I can get off without damaging the label at all. The only concern is a little bit of probably a little color fading under some of these really old stickers. But I'll use some Goo Gone and get that cleaned up, so we'll have a nice copy of Faria in the collection. Okay, now to this big lot right here. This is a lot of 41 NES games. Most of them with dust sleeves, and some even with one of the collector's case, and even a Tengen sleeve, which that's honestly the first time I've ever come across a Tengen sleeve that I can remember. One thing I can tell about this lot right off the bat is I scored when it comes to quality here. Condition, I should say, not quality, condition. The condition of these games I can already tell is like, with the exception of just a little bit of dust, these things seem like they're fresh out of the box almost. Like, I have a feeling I really scored with the condition here, and we'll see as we look at the lot. But yeah, 41 games, and I ended up winning this lot for a reasonable enough price to where I only paid about, on average, a little under, I'd say under $6 a game. And there's some good titles in here, so considering that, I did pretty good, honestly. I think this lot should have went for a lot more, but it didn't. And so I'm happy that I got it. So let's take a look and see what I got. We'll go one stack at a time. So we got a Nintendo dust sleeve, and yeah, here's a Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and it just, there's a little tiny little smudge here and there, but other than that, it's like very good condition on this cartridge, and I have a feeling that's going to be the trend in this lot. This must have been somebody's a collector's collection is what I'm thinking. So an upgrade to my Legend of Zelda, my Zelda 2. This is a very nice copy. So very excited about that. The gold Zelda games are hard to get in really good condition because the paint wear it's much easier. Well, because they have just that. They have paint on them, so the paint can get scratched and worn. So that's the cleanest copy of Zelda 2 I've seen in a long time. And oh yeah, Nintendo sleeve. Once again, I'll usually sell the Nintendo sleeves, Nintendo branded sleeves, and then the ones that are just pure black is the ones I clean up and save for my collection, because I really don't care. Whenever you have a stack of them on a shelf like this, you really don't care if the branded Nintendo sleeve is there, right? All right, so Zelda 2, I'll make a stack there. I'm gonna wash all the. I always like to wash the sleeves. All right, next we've got Ring King, non-Nintendo sleeve, and yeah, fantastic condition. Yeah, that's what really gets me excited about this lot. Not only the price, but when you consider the condition, that it really matters, because so many NES games were beat up to ridiculously beat up, right? So to get them, man, these labels, this stack of games must have been stored in a Tupperware or something for years, and so I certainly appreciate that. So Ring King, I remember renting as a kid, played it a few times as a kid. It was the kind of game where you rented it one time, and then you realize that, if you're going to play a boxing game, you might as well just play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. All right, next up, we got a non-Nintendo sleeve, but we got TMNT 2, the arcade game. Again, excellent condition. These things barely have to be dusted off, man, I can tell. Very fond memories of this game. Played it so much. One of my best friends growing up owned it, and we just played this thing so much. Classic game. All right, next up we've got non-Nintendo sleeve, Chippendales Rescue Rangers. One I didn't really get into as a kid. The Capcom Disney games I didn't play a whole lot of as a kid. Played it a little bit as an adult. It's okay. I haven't got into it a whole lot. I know a lot of people really like these games, especially DuckTales. So there we go. Very, very nice labeled copy. This one's not quite as good. It has a tiny little nick, but other than that, I can't complain. It's pretty much flawless other than that. Nice copy of Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Next we've got Nintendo sleeve with Legendary Wings. Legendary Wings is one I have fond memories of. One of my friends owned this game, and this is a game I really recommend if you want to play a shooter. You're not necessarily super good at shooters. This is a great entry into the shooter genre. This one will, you can beat it even if you're not necessarily good at shooters. I'll have to do a playthrough of that sometime. I'm gonna start doing some playthroughs for my channel. I just have to figure out a good way to record it. So I already actually have this in my current collection. It's one of the games I hung on to. So there we go, Legendary Wings. It'll be a resale copy. And then we got NES Play Action Football. So really nice clean copy. Nothing much to say about NES Play Action Football though. Here we got another non-Nintendo sleeve. We got Spy Hunter. Got some writing on it. This is one of the not so good condition games. Actually, if I could clean that off, which I probably could, it wouldn't be too bad, honestly. So considering that it's Spy Hunter, I could probably make this one for my collection, because I don't care about Spy Hunter a whole lot anyways. I could never really get into Spy Hunter. I just didn't think it was that great of a game. I know a lot of people do like it though. Another Sunsoft game though. Alright, another Nintendo sleeve. We got Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Really good condition on this cartridge. It's a game I've played a few times, but could never really get into it. But it's a nice filler title for the collection. We got 3D World Runner, Nintendo sleeve. This one's a little bit dirty, But generally speaking, even though some of these are dirty, I mean, like, they're all flawless labels for the most part and everything, so they will clean up nicely. 3D World Runner. Don't have too much of experience with 3D World Runner. Oh, it's a 5-screw too, by the way, so that's nice. There we go, non-Nintendo sleeve. We got Dick Tracy, another nice clean copy. One I never really played as a kid, although it's kind of funny because I was a really big fan of the toys, the Dick Tracy toys. I have almost a complete collection of that, if you don't count the blank, because it wasn't released in North America, and I went and saw the movie in the theaters. So there's Dick Tracy. We got The Adventures of Bayou Billy. This one's not so great. Well, the label's got a little bit of, got uplifted a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Notoriously hard beat 'em up style game. Probably the worst beat 'em up on the system, I'm guessing. Is just the difficulty level makes it almost an unplayable game, is my understanding. I've tried it a few times, but never really did much with it. So probably might get the rap, the rap of being one of the worst Konami games, possibly. Then we got plain old Black Box Golf 3-screw variant. Label seems fine, just like the rest of this lot. If there's one thing, even though some of these are filler titles, at least they're nice clean copies. But this is not a filler title. We got a Nintendo sleeve with Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. Love this game. This is the first Double Dragon game I beat Double Dragon 3 was the first game I beat, Double Dragon game I beat as a kid. And then later I beat this one, Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. And then finally Double Dragon, the original, is the last one for me to beat. This one is arguably considered, I think, maybe the best, possibly. I think just because it was an improvement from Double Dragon and people like the combat system and everything. So that one's one I'm looking forward to cleaning up and popping in and playing, actually. Double Dragon 2. Here we have kind of a filler title, Nintendo sleeve, Spy vs. Spy. Kind of hard to have fun with this one. It's just the way that the comic book style primitive graphics are. It's just, I couldn't get into it. But another nice clean title for the collection. Looking very nice and clean. Here we have non-Nintendo sleeve. We got Little Nemo Dream Master. This is one I actually still had in my collection from before. So this will be a resale copy, depending on which one is the nicer copy that I own. So great game, though. Another great classic game, non-Nintendo sleeve. We got RC Pro-Am. Got a little bit of stuff that needs to be cleaned off, but other than that, it's looking pretty darn good. Game made by Rare that later on went on to become immensely popular on the Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo era. So great clean copy for the collection. Here's one I was glad to see. Nintendo sleeve. We got Rygar. One that in my last run of collecting I did not come across for whatever reason. It seems like I don't see Rygar very often. I don't know why. This happens to be the 3-screw edition. I think Rygar is a potential 5-screw. And this looks like a really good copy. It just needs a little bit of cleaning up. So that's a game that I've played a little bit and I always wanted to explore more. So I'm glad to have that copy of Rygar in my collection. And we got a non-Nintendo sleeve, Super Mario 3. Looks like a nice copy. I'll have to check it for variants because there are two variants of, at least two. There's probably more variants of Super Mario Brothers. One where the Bros is under the Mario here, and then another one where the Bros is somewhere else. I think under the 3 maybe. But anyways, this is a pretty nice copy of Super Mario Bros. 3. So possibly just a resale copy. Another non-Nintendo sleeve. We got Super Mario 2. Looks like a really clean copy of it too. I have it right now too, so I'll be figuring out which is the nicest copy to keep in my collection and selling the other one. We got Karate Champ. Label's looking good, just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Really hard to get for me to get enjoyment out of Karate Champ. It's just a game you pop in and test and see that it plays and try it for about 5 minutes, and then you probably never pick it up again. That's my opinion of Karate Champ. We got classic TMNT, the original game. Super hard, but people still love to play it. I'm not very good at it. I could get past the dam, and that's about it. That's about as far as I can go. I already have it in my collection, so this will be just a resale copy. Here's another one I already have in my collection, but this one looks probably an upgrade from the one that I have condition-wise. This one's a very nice copy of Dragon Warrior. That end label looks a lot better than the one that I have. The one I have is like color faded a little bit or something, or the colors started to do some weird stuff. Very, very nice clean copy of Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior is an easy one to find because, in case you forgot, you may remember back in the day that you could get a free copy of Dragon Warrior when you subscribed to Nintendo Power, I remember. Here's Nintendo sleeve, possibly one of the most expensive games from the lot, Mega Man 3. Just the Mega Mans are getting up there. This is probably like a $30 game. So I think around $30 is probably the highest price point of a game. Actually, I take that back. I don't know about the non-licensed games, but either way, Mega Man 3. Mega Man 2 is the game that I actually owned as a kid. Mega Man 3, I remember playing it. My friend rented it, and we played it a little bit, but I really don't know a whole lot about Mega Man 3. I've played it a little bit. I had it in my last run of collecting, but never beat it, and probably need to spend more time in it. Some people consider this one to be their favorite. For me, it's Mega Man 2. I love Mega Man 2. Non-Nintendo sleeve, we got Jaleco's Racket Attack. Actually, I don't remember. Racket Attack, I don't know if it's actually uncommon or not. This is the first time I really remember coming across this game, to be honest with you. So I'll have to look that one up. But Racket Attack, great. Another tennis game. And finally in this stack, we've got non-Nintendo sleeve. We got Kid Icarus. This is one I was really glad to get a hold of. My last run of collecting, for some reason, I never came across a good copy of it. So this one looks really nice. I remember renting this as a kid and not getting very far, but this one definitely brings back the nostalgia. It actually scared me. I remember the guy, there's like this wizard that whenever you turn your back to him or something, yes, I think that's what it is. If you're facing away from them, they start going berserk, and that used to scare me. Kid Icarus, glad to have it in the collection. Here's one that I needed to give more time to. Never really spent a lot of time on it, and that's Bionic Commando. I know a lot of people love this game. Another Capcom classic game. So this looks like a good collection-worthy copy. So yeah, this is a phenomenal lot, honestly. A lot of great titles in it. So Bionic Commando. Here's a not so great title. At least the cartridge is very nice. Ghostbusters. It gets a bad rap. It's not what you think it is. It just doesn't. It's kind of lackluster in the graphics and everything. So here's a good one. Non-Nintendo sleeve. We got Super C. Nice copy. Contra, I'm not really good at, but I'm good enough at it to play through it. I can actually beat it without dying. Not every time, but I've beaten it without dying more than once. Super C is more undiscovered territory for me. I've played it quite a few times, but I've never spent the time to get really, really far on it. So Super C is another one I need to invest in getting good at it. Here's a nice clean copy of Star Tropics. I do have a copy in my collection. We'll see which one's the nicer one and make it the collection copy. We got Super Off-Road. Looks like it's in really nice condition as well. Played it a little bit. This is the kind of game that it's okay, but it really is. The arcade was where it was at with the steering wheel. I remember that. We got first Double Dragon. Ooh, that's quite a bit of little dirt in there, but I already got it in my collection. We'll see which one's better and sell the other one. Then we got non-Nintendo sleeve. We got Top Gun, the second mission. Top Gun, I never could really get into the flight simulator style games. So anyways, filler title. We got Gotcha. If you can find a copy of Gotcha with a 5-screw, they do exist, very rare, worth a lot of money. Gotcha, I remember renting it as a kid. It's a light gun game, but you're playing paintball. It's okay. Just another light gun game. Here's a game I'm really fond of, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Had this as a kid, beat it as a kid. I already have it in my collection currently. We'll see which one's the nicer copy, and I'll add that one to my collection. Here we got Disney Adventures in the Magical Kingdom. I don't believe I've ever honestly played that one. I probably owned it before, but never even bothered to pop it in. This one has a dinged label too, so I might just go ahead and throw that to resale. Got a good old Super Mario Duck Hunt. This is the non-white line variant. I believe this is the one I had as a kid. This is a pretty nice copy. I'll probably just hang on to it and have both variants. I got the white line variant currently. We got TNC Surf Design. This one is kind of dirty. But again, this lot, condition-wise, other than the little dust and dirt, every single label is good except for that Disney Adventure one. This is an incredible lot. So TNC Surf Design, played it a little bit. Okay, now we got some other interesting stuff over here. This was just in one of those Nintendo cases. It's a game I played like once or twice as a kid. Seacross, I believe it is. It's like a weird racing game. I think it's like a hybrid racing shooter. Didn't have that in my last run of collecting, so that's kind of an interesting one to have in my collection. So glad that's in there. Okay, then we had unlicensed Tengen game, Afterburner. Oop, there I go, slamming it around. Very nice label again, and yeah, you don't see the Tengen sleeve very often, but there's one. Pretty cool. So, nice copy of Afterburner. And then, last but not least, we've got a couple other unlicensed games. Here's one in a Nintendo sleeve. We've got, these are the Bible games. We got Journey to the Promised Land, Exodus. And yeah, I don't know how much these things are worth these days, but maybe they're worth over 30, but I'm not sure. Probably not, because people don't like, they're not that uncommon, and people don't like to play them that much, but there's one of them, one of the Bible adventure games. So that was an interesting one. And then we have one even in the sleeve. This is the sleeve that should come with it, I believe. Yeah, because it's got Noah's Ark on it. We got the Bible Adventures. Oh, Wisdom Tree games. That's what I'm thinking of. Wisdom Tree games. So 2 Wisdom Tree Bible games. Pretty neat. I'll clean them up and make sure they play, and that's probably the extent of how much I play them, because they weren't that great at games as far as I know. But we'll check them out. But it's just kind of like the icing on the cake on a lot like this. So well, let me know what you guys think. How did I do? $6 a game on average I paid for that lot. I think that's pretty darn good. Let me know what you think. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know any comments about any of these games and everything, talking about the nostalgia and everything. And let me know how I did, if you think I made out good. This stuff is not easy to collect these days, so when you can get a deal, it's really cool. It's really exciting. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.